Jordi, this game was tight. You guys had 23 league changes and just 16 ties. Just overall, what did this one come down to, especially in those closing minutes?
I like the fight all the way through. I think the team competed well. It came down to defensive rebounding in the fourth. I think they had 10 second chance points in the fourth quarter. And that's how you lose games. And also transition defense, like we've been better lately. A good team rebounded the ball and a good team in transition defense. And we couldn't get it done today. So still proud of the effort. And the guys, like we gave ourselves a chance having the lead right there and fighting all the way through.
You shot over 50% for the overwhelming majority of the game. I think you might have been 6 for 20 some odd in the fourth quarter. Was there anything that they changed defensively, or were there looks that you liked and they just didn't go down?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of that, and like running out of gas towards the end, and we kept looking at Mike instead of using him and others taking or making the shot. And again, like you can control if you take a good shot, you cannot control if it goes in. I thought that Terrence's shot was good because it was open and everybody was trying to guard Mike. So I take an open shot all day. I thought Mike's look towards the end, hit the back of the rim. It was good, and it is what it is at times. But what we can control is like those rebounds, the 50-50 ball in front of our bench. Those are momentum plays because if we get those rebounds, then we can run the other way, and then the shot most likely is it's a better shot, a better quality shot. So. Lost it in the fourth, fought all the way through, proud of the guys. Now we got to move on to the next one.
You mentioned Michael Porter Jr. and just you talked about him over and over again. You kind of teased even pregame about the amount of days of rest that he got, that you knew that he was going to be a threat. Just in what ways was he able to showcase the threat that he could be tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with the production. I got a little sloppy at the end. Also, the 3 assists to 4 turnovers could have been better. And this is probably his worst rebounding game of the year, or one of the worst. And we know that Mike's superpower is to rebound. And because we struggled in the fourth, we probably needed him to help. And I have to watch it on the film, but just looking at the numbers. So he did some good things. Also, got to be better at others. It's not just him, it's all of us. So I still like the intentions, and I like that he was locked in.
Nolan got almost 9 minutes. Drake only played 2. I mean, essentially, were Drake's minutes going to Nolan, or was there something else that you saw in there?
Correct, yeah. And it was just, like the readiness to play. I think that these young guys need to understand how important every minute you play is, and not that you got to play worried about not making mistakes. Is like you cannot make 3 in a row for readiness and for concentration, because if the intentions are there, then I'm completely fine. But if the mistakes are for just getting easing into the game, that's not how we do it here. Like I need, and it's not just him. It's that goes for everybody. So happy that I saw Nolan. I know that Drake, when the opportunity comes back to him, he'll be 200% and ready and paying attention to everything. And like I said, I think that also Nolan played with confidence. He had did good things. So meaningful minutes right there.
You described Anthony Davis as someone who can find ways to be impactful. You had a lot of young guys had to match up against him. Just what do you want some of your guys like Clowney and like Danny Wold to learn from a matchup like that?
Yeah, I mean, the reps are very important, and the game plan discipline, and what are we trying to do with him? Obviously, he ended up with 24 points, 14 rebounds, which is pretty impressive, but I thought our effort was there, the physicality, and like you said, they had those reps, and I think it's just like a good learning experience.
There's a point in the game, I think in the fourth, where Noah missed a box out. You called him over. Just what were you trying to coach to him in just that moment?
Yeah, I mean, he's very important for us, and like his energy and the way he, I don't need any of our players to drop their shoulders, and they got to move on to the next play. Whether you're playing with 5 fouls, with 4, I don't care. And right there, it was game time. And, I thought that he could have been better right there and be aggressive and communicate and be in the defensive stance and so on and so forth. So just trying to get the best out of him. I know Noah has always the right intention. So just needed him to be better.
I was just going to ask what you saw in terms of Jaeger's aggressiveness today. It seemed like he was. I know he did have the one drive attempt, but didn't seem to be particularly aggressive.
Yeah, I think that he was trying to fix mistakes by trying to make things happen, and this is not how you want to do things. I need him to play with better readiness and better physicality, and this is not the way that the team needs him to play. So he's got to be better. Otherwise, the minutes are going to go down and somebody else will take advantage of him. So I know that he cares. He's always responded and punched back. So he's way better than what he's performed tonight.